Oh, goodness. Anyway, my name is Talon. I'm joined here by the one, the only Emzo. How are you doing today? Only
Doing good,
Emzo.
man.
How are you doing
It's
today?
good stuff. Doing good, man. It's good stuff. I'm hearing a little bit of echo myself though for some reason.
Yeah. I think the RTMP. I'm just gonna go ahead and mute that on my side, so that way it doesn't go through the stream. Anyway, we are here with Mystic and Hat. We're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pull it up. Let's go and bring up their team sheets. We'll do Hat first. Follow Hat underscore Esports on Twitter. Go ahead and drop them a follow. First up, we have Billboard, Bialu, Hyper, Benji, and Wheeze. That's going to be your Hat lineup for tonight. We'll talk about the players after we introduce Mystic Esports. You can drop them a follow. Mystic Esports, GG doc. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, their lineup: Fluffy, Gun Havoc, Striker, Notorious, and Smurfin. That's going to be your lineup for tonight, Mystic Esports. Emzo, what do you think about the players on Hat?
I mean, as I said last time, this Wednesday was the only non-hat match that I've done so far, and the trend continues. As once again, Hat same lineup we've seen the last 3 times that I've done it, and a heck of a lineup it is. I mean, the only time we've seen them really feeling any pressure was from Ferocity when they got beaten by them that last match they had. Although we will see them fight again at some point, I believe, according to Fluffy. So I do expect that will be an interesting rematch.
Looks like the bands have started though, so we're gonna go ahead and transition all over into that, and then we'll continue up where we have picked off.
Border.
Looks like first map is going to be Clubhouse. That's going to be banned by Mystic. Hat going to go ahead and get rid of Chalet. Mystic, Border, Hat, Skyscraper, Mystic, Cafe, and we are now all caught up. Emzo, what do you think about this so far?
Ooh, there's a chance of Coastline. Not likely, but there's a chance. Let's see if Hat throws it out, the last one.
Yeah, actually, I don't know if you saw it, but we just played on Coastline. Lynx versus Guilty. They played map 2. Lynx was able to take that series 2-0.
Nice. Well, I'd like to see how Hat play, but I don't see them wanting to play Coastline unless they've decided to change it up. They have not. Yep, they have not wanted to do that. We are going to see Oregon though, one that I think Hat have been pretty good on. Bank going to be first though.
Interesting pick from Mystic. I feel like it's going to be the first time we've seen Bank at least on stream. Here comes Hat's pick. So, what do you think about the maps remaining? It looks like we do have Oregon, so I'm expecting Hat to pick Oregon.
Yeah, me too. Okay. I mean, let's see, what else do we have besides Oregon? Consulate. So that could be interesting as well. I think I remember seeing a pretty good consulate from Hat, if I recall correctly.
Now, do you think it's going to be a legitimate strategy for Hat to pick Consulate and then go for save the Oregon for the tiebreaker, knowing that Mystic's going to be better?
I'm not. I wasn't sure how Mystic is on Oregon, so I guess we'll see the reverse order of that, saving Consulate for the tiebreaker there.
Yeah, we did see Consulate in series number 1 tonight, but that is going to be it. Those are going to be our maps. We're going to be playing on Bank, Oregon, and then Consulate. So while they go ahead and sort out the sides, let's bring it back to where we left at. So Hat, obviously you're a professional with Hat. I feel like you're the Hat #1 fan, #1 analyst for them. I think they've got a really solid fragger lineup.
I think we've seen like with Billboard play some pretty good strat and flanks and like some intel stuff. We've seen Benji be kind of in and out, with some good plays occasionally, but I don't know. I don't feel like he's a standout. Weez has had some really great clutches. Bolo, of course, being Bolo. If you don't already know who he is, like he's kind of a legend at this point. And Hyper, of course, as well, has had some really good frags. So between Hyper and Bolo, I expect a lot of frags, but Weez has definitely been pulling it out in some of these matches as well. Billboard will occasionally be there to get some really good picks, and Benji as well, but those aren't, I would say, the top fraggers on the team. Although, it varies by matchup, varies by map, things like that. But that's kind of overall been what I've seen from these guys.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. Looks like these teams are in the lobby. They're ready to go. So as soon as they are good, we will go ahead and get underway. Of course, the first map will be Bank. Second one's going to be Oregon. Tiebreaker will be Consulate. So we're just going to wait for ready from these two teams. Over on the other side, we have Mystic What do you think about Mystic's lineup? It has been changing a lot. This is going to be the very first time this lineup's really done anything together. They just said out in chat, hey, we don't really have strats here. We're pugging it. So what do you think?
I mean, honestly, I'm not familiar with most of these guys. Striker looks familiar. Fluffy, of course, we know. Gun, is that Gun Havoc, or is that a different Gun?
That is going to be Gun Havoc. Yeah, Gun Havoc's Fluffy, Smurf, Striker. And then I'm looking at the lobby.
I've seen some mixed play from Gun Havoc in the past on Bank. On some of the teams, so hopefully he's going to be playing a good role that suits him on that, because I don't know, like he's been kind of up and down on that, but I do expect good stuff from him today. Again, not too familiar with the other three guys. You familiar with them at all?
Really, honestly, I've seen Striker around. He's been all right. I can't exactly tell you what he's been playing in terms of operators, but when it comes to Notorious and I guess Smurfin, I really don't know the exact situation with them, so we'll have to see exactly how it goes. We're gonna go ahead and get the stream back up, and then we will be right back to it.
Yeah, it looks like there's an issue with Siege lock.
Yeah, no, last map we actually had the host crash, so we had to restart there, but thankfully
nice.
What
are we playing on the TTS?
Yeah, I've played a little bit of the TTS. I've been
I like the Alpha Packs thing. It's pretty nice.
Alpha Packs, yeah. No, I'm kidding. No kidding.
That's all I'm going to play for. That's the only reason I even play CS:GO is for the loot drops. I don't even really want to play the game. Just want the loot that I'll never use.
That's true. Gotta
skins
get that dragon
I'll never equip.
Yeah, it looks like the host did crash. We're gonna go ahead and recreate.
Rip.
Hopefully, it won't be too long. So while we're waiting, I'm actually gonna show the standings right now. This is a little bit outdated because, of course, the Lynx and Guilty match just played, but here you guys are.
I don't think that's going to affect most of the top 5.
No, it really won't, unfortunately. So we're looking at these standings right now. At the top, you have Ferocity Esports, followed by Core Impact. Both of them have a flawless record right now of 3-0. You do also have Mystic with 2-0, Hat as well 2-0. So these teams are both sitting at 2-0 at the 3rd and 4th spots, respectively. They're mostly tied all up. Below them, we have Nerva, Dan Sucks. Follow that, we have Guilty Esports. Guilty actually is now 1-3. Under them, EQ, Paradox, Lynx, Vertex, and Relentless. Of course, Lynx is now 2-2, so they're going to move up a little bit. This is the very first day of week number 4, so you're going to see the winner of this.
So it's essentially going to steal a Guilty spot, right? They're
well, I think
take the spot like below Dan Sucks, or would they go up above Mystic?
No, so right now we're looking at the 7th through the 10th seeds. Those are all kind of tied at 1 and 2. So Lynx is probably going to go up to probably 7th place. He's going to push.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Okay.
Taking Guilty spot just below Dan Sucks.
Yeah, for sure. So that's kind of what we're looking at right now. Whichever team loses this matchup between Mystic versus Hat, they're going to probably drop down to be the 6th place team. So your 6th and 7th place teams will both be about 2-2 on their record. Whoever wins this will be in 3rd place, of course, with a 3-1 record. The rest of this week is going to be played out next Wednesday because, of course, the weeks are offset. So we'll be going with that. So this is the current standings as of the start of today. So we'll go based off of that. We're getting the players back into the lobby. Currently have Mystic in here. We're getting back the rest of Hat. So once they're in, we will get started ASAP.
So keep in mind, for those of you not familiar with some of those teams, Ferocity is a team that's in Pro League now. So no surprise to see them there. Core is a team that was in Challenger League, and I think they might have got DQ'd for roster issues that knocked them out of being in the Challenger League for the end, to like in terms of getting their chance to Pro League. So they are also potentially a Pro League caliber team. So that's why you're seeing those two sitting at the top of the board here. They may or may not be Pro League caliber, but they're definitely up there. Challenger League caliber team at the very least. Hat would be up there as well potentially if they were all within age, which they are not. Mystic, they were formerly lethal. They were in Pro League, but then now the team is like just Fluffy and Gun Havoc. Was Gun Havoc on lethal? He was, right?
Yes, yes. Gun Havoc
So
has
it's
been with.
just those two, I think. Oh no, Striker I think was unlethal at one point, wasn't he?
Yeah, yeah. That's how I know him because he did
Yeah,
play in, I believe, season 4. I want to say.
yeah. So familiar faces from Lethal for there, but then Smurfin and Noter. Is that Notorious? Maybe. I remember a Notorious from back in the day that was been off and on around for a while.
Yeah, I'm not sure
Um,
who Nodor is. I'm not. I'd have to look at the team sheet.
People changing their names, man. Right? We need like social security numbers as names or something so we can track these people.
Yeah, I know. Why can't you just have an easy name like Talon or Emzo? Gosh.
Yeah, like it doesn't change, man.
Oh, that's what I'm
But
saying. All right, looks like at least Hat
hopefully
is
everyone's
ready.
ready.
Just
Yeah,
waiting for Mystic to get ready. We'll get started.
just waiting for the thumbs up.
Give us a thumbs up, boys. We want to get into bank ASAP.
I wish I had the stats here to see if Hat had played Bank before. I'm trying to recall. Like I said, I've only watched Hat, but I also don't recall exactly which maps were played every time because I watch so much of this dang game. It's like hard to recall which maps I see. I've definitely seen
Alrighty.
them play in like Oregon and stuff, but just not sure about Bank.
All right, so let's bring the game into focus. Let's go ahead and get started. Both teams should be ready. Here we
Boom,
go. Here we
bank
go.
time.
Bank week 4, day 7. This is, of course, Mystic Esports versus Honor Among Thieves.
See who's going to make the biggest withdrawal in blood.
Yeah, for sure. Honestly, that's going to come down to, I think, who's going to be able to hold the roam game, or if they're going to play roam game. That's going to be the question. What are you thinking about?
I think downstairs it's iffy. Like I like to see people play roam in open area and be ready to rotate back the server stairs if they need to, just to really hold off letting them get open area early. But it really varies. Like it can be really useful to hold someone upstairs if you can keep them hidden well. Like even people trying to hide in the desk and CEO stuff like that. But it just like with some of the apps, even like Oregon or obviously not Clubhouse, a little bit riskier, but it's just I don't know. Like it's a bit of a gamble. So having 5 men on site could be strong, but I don't know if you really need all 5 men on site. You know what I mean? I like to see the old school, like someone holding the stairs with a shotgun on server stairs still, though. I don't think that really lost effectiveness too much. But, obviously, with Glaz in the mix, it became more of an issue. But now that he's not in CCS, like I think that can still be done. So I'd like to see someone at least playing that, try and stop any kind of push on that side.
Yeah, it looks like as expected, we will be downstairs first. So they're just going to be going ahead and setting up what they need to. Now, there is, of course, that Pulse. Where do you think the best place is going to be to play him? Do you think he's going to be on the roam?
He should be in gold. Pulse should if they're going to go for a server push and they know there's going to be a server push, playing him in the gold right to your just to your left right there that you see the gold bar room. That spot works tremendous when you have the smoke ready to throw smokes from red, or even if he can get an angle from B. Being able to huck those smokes and knowing when to do it, the timing on it, especially since they have an echo with Wheeze, absolutely should have the pulse there ready to call out when to get on that yokai, when to throw the smokes to stop a plant. That's assuming they're coming that way. Generally, they're going to because, well, that's the best push.
Alrighty. Looks like most of them have spawned over towards open area, so maybe you're right. Maybe they will be just pushing into open area and go from there. They do have gun all the way on the other side, though. Do you think that's just for roamers?
Yeah, I mean, it's iffy. Like he could be going just for a different angle down, or just trying to figure out a different side of the map, just to make sure. Like even if it's not for a roamer, just to make sure that side stays clear. I mean, pinching is always the best way to clear out roamers. So you usually want to do it from 2 sides.
Oh, here comes Bialu. Gonna go ahead and get downed immediately. Gun, as he's hopping in, is able to take him down.
Right as we're saying, that's
that's exactly why Gun was up on that wall, just for the little bit of pinching. Bialu on that pulse rotated up a little bit late, in my opinion, and unfortunately, he got droned out right as he got in. Gun, great shots from him. They've already dropped down into lobby, so with a man down, do you think that, do you start applying pressure, or do you really want to try and turtle even more?
I'd say turtle even more. You don't want to, if you couldn't get away with the one roamer, unless the second one's there to get a trade, he should just fall back to site generally, because if they're being that strong on that and taking control of the map that fast, chances are you're just going to get pressured out.
Alrighty, well, we'll see exactly what happens. We do have the Valkyrie over on server stairs, as you were saying, really playing close. You might not even have a shotgun, but just a gun can really, really do magic. You have an ADS there on that barbed wire. That seems pretty good to me. They do not have this server hatch open, so I believe Billboard on Smoke is actually playing behind server rack. We'll have to see if he decides to fall back or not. Currently, we got Valkyrie. She actually pushed all the way back off of server stairs, instead just opting to go look up the hatch. Interesting indeed. We still do have Billboard in servers. Smurfing on that. Blackbeard has taken server stairs. Comes on around through the smoke. Benji trying to get too aggressive there. Billboard still behind that rack. I believe he's used 2 smoke grenades, so it's all going to be down. He gets out, caught all the way out in the open by Smurfing. This is not looking good for Hat. This is definitely a strong start by Mystic. Hyper has used the extra man advantage. Is gonna, or the down. They're man down, so he's gonna go back around, see if he can find an angle on someone. Not gonna see anyone above these hatches just yet. With 30 seconds left, they're gonna be looking for a plant sooner or later. Fluffy's just underneath this hatch. He doesn't see him though. Oh, this is so unfortunate for Fluffy. There he goes. He gets one, brings it on to a 2-on-1, but he's gonna get traded. Now it comes down to a 1-on-3 situation with Hyper against 3. Still has a Blackbeard. He's been spotted out. It's all up to him. He sees the Claymore, going to take it out. Just going to do a little bit of pre-fire. Not going to do too much, though. Looks like his best option right here is just to go and drop down from hatch. He's going to maybe catch Gun off. Nope, Gun's going to catch him off. He knows exactly where he's coming from. That's going to be the first round for Mystic. Definitely a solid round. What do you think went wrong there for Hat?
I mean, they just lost too many people. They didn't hold a solid sight. Weren't able to keep it together. And then pushing into the smoke... I mean, I get that Benji was going, hoping that they would be like cautious because the smoke was there, but it's not like they're gonna not look at it, right? Yeah. And pushing into it like that just left him losing health as he's getting shot, like all but guaranteeing that he gets downed and killed by the smoke. So it wasn't a good idea. And then you saw smoke in the server room. He should have known that once Benji was down, that his flank was open, and he knows it's Blackbeard. He could hear it. He knows Blackbeard's gonna peek because, well, that's what Blackbeard does. So it was just a situation where they just started falling apart, starting with, Bolo getting picked upstairs, and then, the Benji falling, then the smoke falling. I mean, I like what Hyper was trying to do upstairs, but it just seemed like he didn't know how to follow that up. And it just was a situation where he was pre-firing too much, giving away his position, and just opened it up to Gun to take his head off.
Yeah, let's make sure we actually do get some game sound in here. I don't know. I can't quite recall if we do have it or not. Let's make sure... Get that fixed. Observer plus.
I think it was due to the echo earlier. There we go. Game sound.
We got it. Thanks, guys. Yes, we see you in chat. Thank you. Thanks for giving us a reminder. That's for sure. So what you're saying is basically that round came down to over-aggression.
Throw them in off-site. They should have turtled it up because they have smoke. Why was smoke in servers, for example? It was just bad positioning on site, and then Mystic obviously taking advantage of it. I mean, Hyper got a nice kill from above. Well, 2 actually, really, because he got Fluffy and then followed it up quick. But it's just that was a point where it was a little too late to clutch it.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Ooh, this is some aggressive play from Fluffy.
Yeah, he's all the way up in stock trading room. He's really trying to get an early pick. He sees one drone, takes him out. Gun is up here with him too. These two are going for a dual room.
I remember in the early days of watching Fluffy play Bank. Smoke, he used to peek out open area all the time on the guy, so it would surprise me to see him do stuff like that again, but it just reminds me of the old Fluffy.
Now, this is already a minute down, basically, and they're still holding this. There's still 2 drones trying to find him. This could actually work out if they survive.
This is where Bolo got picked last time, though. So, and Bolo is going to go for it, too. He's going to be the one to get the pick right back here if Gun can't cover Fluffy.
Yeah, that would be ironic for sure, wouldn't it?
Yeah, especially if he gets Gun first. Then that would be a perfect revenge kill.
Alright, he's trying to find an angle on Fluffy. He gets one, but he's going to get traded back immediately by Gun. So that's a 1-for-1 trade right there. Still in the advantage of the defenders.
A little bit late for Gun, though.
Yeah, so here comes Hyper, it looks like. Hyper and Wheeze are now trying to close in.
This is where Gun needs to be able to fall back, though, unless he's going to be able to bait their time. But he's kind of pinched.
Yeah, Gun actually taking a huge chunk. Hyper actually finally able to get him. Wheeze down to about 10 HP. So I would say it's definitely, I don't know, it could kind of go either way.
Yeah, the problem is, like, he was in a situation where it's 1 against at least 2, right? They have 4 people left to kill him. He's not going to be able to get any backup. So it's like, that's where you kind of either find a place to go and delay, like maybe drop down somewhere else, or like find a spot to hide and just waste as much time as possible. Because it's not like he was going to get a lot of kills from there, although at least he got close to a second one.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. He had that perfect opportunity to fall back. He could have gone back into the main lobby. Striker actually picking up Benji. I don't know exactly what happened there, but Striker's smoke playing behind the server rack. Maybe just peek the hatch. Anyway, like I was saying, you know, Gun could have totally have fallen back, dropped down, and even played in a different angle, but fortunately it didn't quite work out for him.
They haven't reset Wheeze, and now they're down 30 seconds. I don't think it's going to happen, so.
Yeah, no, especially with the 30 seconds. Smoke is still in servers right now. Echo's got an angle. Hyper on the Hibana is pushed all the way down to main stairs. Natora is just looking for it. He's actually will be able to get it. Thermite is going to have to go through a soft wall right now. He hears it. He's going to prevent it. 15 seconds left. They have no option but to just go and hop right on in. Smurfin's got an angle. Rook is going to go ahead and push on out. Not going to be able to find too much. Here comes Billboard. He's in the site. He has the diffuser. He's going to go ahead and plant it. He has Wheeze. Wheeze has gone down, though. It's up to Billboard to go and push all the way through. He's probably going to push. He's going to get angles, but he's not going to be able to get the diffuser down, and it's going to come down to time.
Well, yet another win for Mystic. Looking good for them, both on attack and defense.
Yeah, very strong start, especially with that roam. Like I said, you know, they just started attacking the roamers with 2 minutes remaining. That's when they started engaging. So I feel like it took them too long to get into the building.
Yeah, it was definitely. I mean, they did get the roamers down, which was good. But yeah, getting traded by a Gun was definitely a problem. Although they at least were able to finish Gun off, make it a 2-for-2. But they just didn't seem to have a lot of speed because they were down 2 operators. Down an operator, and it just didn't have, I don't know, the same level of coordination that they had with a full squad. So, I guess good on Mystic there for playing that up top and managing to kind of disable them a little.
Yeah, they took out, I believe, Bialu, and he did get one before he got traded back, but maybe, you know, on that Ash, I don't think he ended up.
Well, he was going to be the aggressive point man, and like without him, then they just didn't have the same level of aggression.
You know, I almost wonder, did they realize that Gun was in there? Because Bialu kind of pushed all the way into Lounge when he got Fluffy, and that's when he got traded back, so.
It didn't look like it, because he left his flank totally open exactly where Gun was. I really don't think he's trying to push aggressive. Because they know a lot of people like to hide in that room. Where Gun was hiding was a little less common. Where Fluffy was pretty common, because a lot of times people are going to hide behind that desk, like I was saying earlier, to avoid getting droned. Because you have to be a little more thorough to drone that. Like, it's not something you're going to see easily. So, you know, that's what you want to do, right? Is if you're going to try and hide from drones, you want to hide in a spot that's, like, extra work to drone, like a showers, for example, or bathroom stalls, or things like that, desks.
Yeah, no, I totally agree there. It's, unfortunate, you know, they just make sure you just drone out properly, and I think it'll work out for him. So here comes Gun on this north wall again. Not going to find a Bialu running up this main stairs.
No Boliolio.
So they're just going to take their time, honestly. I'd like to see a roam game out of Hat, but it started a little bit earlier. I think they had the right idea by sending Bialu up there, but it just didn't exactly work out last time.
Well, at least they're going to play it smarter this time, play a little tighter to sight. Hopefully not over-aggress with Benji and the smoke actually staying on his position. So I would hope Billboard could hold that. So assuming that Bull's going to do his job on that pulse as well, he can provide the intel they need to play aggressive smart and not just hold back. Well, that's an interesting glitch.
Yeah, this is actually caused by the AMD Radeon drivers. They're still kind of messed up, so unfortunately
it's this like is some kind of like Klingon or Star Trek kind of thing.
Honestly, that's kind of what this pulse technology is. I mean, let's be honest here.
Wall hacks.
Go and open up the hatches. It's 1:40 and still a 5-on-5. Very, very slow round in my opinion. They're going to have to take servers very quick if they want to get back on track.
Yeah, it'd be a 5v5 as soon as they rush in, and that's not good for them generally. Interesting position for Bolo to be in, though. I guess there's Billboard again, plaguing servers. What is he doing in smoke?
Looks like Billboard has been droned out. Now this is going to be the battle. Can he hold it? Gun is able to pick up Benji. Benji being too aggressive on server stairs. Once again, it's all up to Billboard to really try and hold it. One smoke goes down. They have a minute left. How long can Billboard hold out? This is what the round's going to come down to. Echo drone is actually proving to be pretty good. Looks like Yokai is actually able to get out of there. Not sure where it is now. Hyper is pushed up main stairs and is now on the flank. So is Bialu. They're both running around. This is all up to Fluffy to really try and hold this off of Hyper. Fluffy does kill Hyper. That brings it onto a 5-on-3 in favor of Mystic. Not looking too good, but again, it's all up to Billboard. How long can he hold this, and how well is this Bialu flank going to come up? He's coming up really well. Gun's going for the drop, but he's going to be taken out by Bialu. Bialu takes 2 down. That brings it to a 3-on-3.
It could be a 3. 2 more coming his way.
Fluffy's coming from staff. Smurf is able to finally pick up Billboard. Looks like there goes down Bialu, and all of a sudden now it's down to a 1-on-3 Wheeze. He does not have Yokai anymore, so he's going to have to try and fall on back. There's no way he can stop this plant. Plant's going down now with 15 seconds left.
If only they had a smoke in position.
I know, or if they had an echo drone still, which unfortunately they do not. Here is Fluffy at the hatch. Is going to be the first one to probably engage Wheeze. Little Wheeze, he might actually be going up main stairs right now. But remember, he is a 1 speed 3 armor, so he's making a bunch of noise. Fluffy has just heard him, but Fluffy gets caught out. His leg is sticking out, so that gives Wheeze a little bit of an opportunity to push all the way in. Brings it to a 1-on-2. Striker moves all the way back up to server stairs. Make sure he's not going to be pushed from staff, but here goes Wheeze. Jumps on in. Blackbeard's going to peek and get the kill. That's going to be the end of the round. That's going to be 3-0 Mystic. It's not looking good for Hat right now. What do you think?
No, I mean, okay, so Benji should have been playing with a shotgun if he's going to play stairs like that. Like, that is what used to work, and it only stopped because people stopped doing it. Like, it didn't really ever stop working. Like, if a Blackbeard pushes you like they have, like, if you're close range, like, it's a 90-degree angle. That's the whole point of it. Is you push them at that 90-degree angle and you could just shotgun them. All they can do is flashbang you, and if you've got Jaeger doing his job on the ADSs, they'd have to use a Thatcher to even clear that. And so it's a situation where it's like, he's not playing it right. He's playing it over aggressive and getting killed. The smoke, I'm sure Billboard has a good idea. I don't think he's being dumb, but it's not working. Playing in servers is getting killed every time when that Blackbeard gets past Benji, which he's doing. And then they're ending up in a situation where it's 3v however many attackers are left. Bolo's flank was great, but it wasn't enough to save the day. And then same with Wheeze, who was in the same position as Hyper before. Yeah, maybe you can get a pick through the open area hatch, but that's about it. And then he's forced to jump down. So twice we've seen Mystic doing the exact same mistakes. Or not Mystic, but I mean Hat. So really, Hat just needs to stop doing what they're doing. Change it up. I don't care if they go back to standard meta or just do something different, but they've continued to make the same mistakes multiple times. Except for Bolo's rotate, it's just not been working out. And so I'd like to see them change it up, or at this point even play a different bomb spot.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I do agree with you on a lot of things there, especially with that shotgun. You know, it doesn't even have to be Benji on the Valkyrie shotgun. That auto shot, he did get nerfed, so maybe that's kind of why a lot of players decided to bring it back. But
I would like
SAS,
smoke with a pump at that point.
yeah,
like,
that's what I was just saying. You know,
right?
SAS shotgun's still really good. Like, get him up nice and close, and
well, you see how he plays on the clubhouse dirt tunnels, right, with that smoke. So that's a perfect example of, like, if you have the right angle, that pump shotgun can be extremely lethal.
And, you know, you have the SMG-11 to fall back anyway, so if you really have to, you know, hey, play someone, you know, aggressive up in A, and then just have someone cover your bottom server stairs so they don't just drop on you. And you can hold that for just such a long time, so we'll see if there's any little bit of a change-up.
There's Fluffy, though, playing this upstairs again, but it doesn't look like he has backup from Gun this time. That could be really bad Bolo.
Gun. Yeah. He's all the way down to about 5 HP. Gun actually, did he just get downed? Looks like Gun did get down, and there goes the Twitch drone kill. Fantastic scouting there. It's all up to Fluffy up here. He's up in the second floor front desk. He has been spotted out now by the drone, so it's only a matter of time before he gets taken out. And we should see him probably try to rotate out, but he's going to get caught out by Hyper. What a great flank there. Unfortunately, Fluffy was not ready for that. And for the first time, it's a 5-on-3 in favor of Hat.
The compliments coming out. Nice droning.
Nice droning, yeah.
I'm not even sure if that's sarcastic or not, but still.
Caps lock is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, no, they are doing good, though. I got to give it to Hat here. This seems to be their round so far. This is definitely a much better spot for them to attack compared to the downstairs.
Yeah, so they're just applying a little bit more, but yeah, vertical pressure here is what it's all down to now. There is now no more teller when Mira. There was, it looks like a C4 that just got thrown up, maybe by Mira.
Oh, yeah, poor
Wheeze has been down.
Almost caught out, though.
They know he's up there. Striker maybe even looking to go out. We'll have to see. Still a, even with that C4 that downed him, it's still a 5-on-3, though. With a 1 minute remaining, this is going to be a pretty explosive finish.
Yeah, we'll see how they're going to go. Billboard's going to be putting pressure on here.
Lobby.
Looks like he's going to rotate to below the wall to come in and plant. So he's on that thermite with the diffuser. So we're going to see a plant here soon. Hopefully if they get the wall open. They don't have a Thatcher, though, so hopefully they don't need it to get in.
No, looks like there we go. This is pretty standard stuff. They're going to try and go in and plant close. It's all going to be on Striker to really hold it off. He's getting really aggressive onto Billboard. He gets one, but here comes Ralu, picks up Striker. Now it's down to a 2-on-4. This is unfortunately not a trade situation that they need to be doing. They're going in. They're going to go ahead and get the plant down. Smurfin is on the flank, but he doesn't know exactly what's going on. He's just running around. Benji's able to pick up the Mira. Now it's down to Smurfin. Smurfin had a perfect flank off, but just didn't know exactly where to go. Trying to find the angles, but he can't.
Oh,
Gonna get taken out by Benji coming in nice and close. close. So unfortunately, I was kind of rooting for Benji there because, not Benji, Smurfin, you know, he's on the flank, but he's just looking around everywhere. I didn't realize what was going on. Maybe there's a little bit of a miscommunication there.
Yeah. Well, in the end, though, Hat finally getting around, so that's good for them. But does that mean they're going to go right back to the basement? It does. So here's the real question. If they can't adjust here, that I don't see them taking this map at all. Like, unfortunately, I'm just writing them off and hoping they can pick it up on Oregon because we just haven't seen a lot of adjustments. We are starting to see a little bit of adjustment, maybe from Wheeze here.
Yeah, they do.
So maybe they're going to go to another strat. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I felt like they had a B strat. I don't know if they just wanted to try the same strat twice and see if, you know, just came down to bad play. But
yeah, because I mean, you got to think about it. Bialu did run up main stairs and get picked, so I can see how it'd be pretty easy for them to just kind of write it off as, oh, we got picked we got picked 1 by 1. Let's just kind of chillax. And for the most part, it worked. You know, Bialu did come up later in the round, was able to pick up 2. Fluffy did pick up Hyper on the rotate though, so that's not exactly the thing you want to be seeing. But here we go, back down to basement. Let's see where they put these mirrors. That's really going to be that big change up, like you said. Another thing is Benji going to die on server stairs? That's going to be huge.
Yeah, I just think in general, whoever you have playing site shouldn't be playing aggressive. We've seen that sometimes from some of these players that just like to be the aggressive site players. They shouldn't be playing site. Then, right? If you can't hold your position, like, you shouldn't be getting in a fight early, right? You should be getting in a fight during the last minute at the earliest. Like, if you're getting in a fight earlier than that, you're probably not right for the role in general. Like on most maps, at least. There are exceptions, of course. And so I think that's where we're running into this problem where they're not playing that site correctly. Now they're playing aggressive upstairs. So the question is, will they be able to kill enough of them to give the site players enough of an advantage to hold off?
Here comes Fluffy, comes in, he gets picked. Benji also gets a pick on the guns. That's immediately shutting down the anti-roamers here. Yeah. Very, very quick start. That's 40 seconds in, and that's 2 attackers down. So this is going to be really difficult. You know, they still have the core 3, is what I would say. You know, they still have that Thermite Thatcher and Blackbeard, so they can still pull it off.
No hatches, though, for the most part. I mean, like, just 2 hatches at most.
Get 1 hatch and maybe a wall if you need to get into sight, but, you know, it kind of depends. But look at this roam game we got going on. I think we got 3 off-site. We got Benji, Hyper, and
now, I like how Bolo's kind of the spear because he can get the intel, call for Benji to back him up, and trade it when someone's actually coming. So I think it's smart. And not that Bolo can't get all the kills on his own half the time. This seems to be working pretty well here. They're having trouble just getting them out of there. I mean, with 1:30 left, 2 down, and still 2 roamers hanging out upstairs with no real good attempts here to clean them out. This is looking really good for Hat.
Yeah, for sure. Striker, and I guess is that Rodin? Nodor? You know, we were joking about this a little bit earlier. It looks like Benji's going to see them move right on in. So here's the callouts. Now here's where the flanks are really going to start coming in from behind and from the sides. I think since there's 3 roamers, they're really going to be making sure you can't quite open them. Yep, there goes Bolo picking up 1. Now it's down to a 5-on-3. Using a C4 on the hatch. There we go. Wheeze picking up another one, but Striker immediately trades it back, and that's going to be it. Bolo is able to pick up Striker
I think it was a 4K for Bolo that round. Just jumps down and then gets 1 more. Jeez, that guy is a nut.
Yeah,
4K on a roam on Pulse.
Yeah, so they did change something up, and the change up was something that I was suggesting in round number 1, which is let's set up a roam from the beginning this time instead of setting up 1 late or turtling, and I think that worked out a lot better for him.
So that was nicely done. Good adaptation that time. See, they didn't fall down on the aggressive site players that time because they just said, hey, if you're going to play aggressive, be on roam then instead. So worked out in the end. I mean, I'm not sure if it'll work out again. Now they're going to have to play tellers or open areas, though, next time. So we'll see how they play that. We saw Mystic couldn't quite hold it.
Yeah, so now we're going to be, I believe, upstairs, correct? Or is it all the way down? No, it's going to be all the way back downstairs. Yeah,
because they already they just did tellers and lost it. So now they can get another chance at this. They've won this twice now, though, I believe.
Yeah, they should be able to learn from how they lost it. Now, Billboard's actually switched to a Capital. What do you think they're going to be using that for?
You know, like, it could be to burn out the hallway, to stop a smoke, perhaps. or just even extra smoke. Hard to say where exactly they're going to use that, because there's a couple different ways you can use it, but overall it's not like one of those, it's not like laundry on Oregon where there's like a guaranteed use for it. But I could see him using to smoke and fire out the red hallway. I mean, I personally prefer a crossfire from the wall in garage for that, but it'll be interesting to see if he does that.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, I think Striker plays the same as what Billboard was doing in the smoke. I think he plays in servers, so I think the idea with that might be actually to help get that smoke out from behind server rack.
Oh, that's right, the server rack. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's right, because the smoke has been.
Yeah, both teams have been playing their smoke in there, so Billboard the smoke is countering the other team's smoke with the Capital. I think it's kind of hard to get an arrow in there though, so maybe just to suppress him back and then jump in.
Yeah, you really got to suppress it because it becomes a peak battle to try and get an arrow in, right?
Yeah, that's true. You know, if you overpeak too much.
Playing the lone office. This should be interesting to see. I don't think anyone's going to expect the lone office play.
You know, well, actually, you know, they're both kind of in that area.
Yeah.
Gun just a pixel away, it looks like, from being spotted. Will
yeah, is Fluffy Bolo going to catch him?
No, I don't think so. I think they don't even realize that he's over there. He's just kind of sitting in Teller's desk right now, waiting for some poor sap to come on by. Yeah, no
looks like they wanted to play the aggressive roam this time, too.
Yeah, so now here's the Striker back in the server rack. Now, they do have ADSs, but of course, Capital's arrows do not even care about ADSs. They'll go right on through him.
Oh.
Bolo is
he gets
a little bit drunken. Wow, no, actually, that Twitch drone almost found Fluffy, but it didn't quite go all the way into that lone office. So now they're still trying to figure it out. Now, here comes the arrow from Billboard. I believe he shoots one. No.
Now, they're taking service speed. There we go. There's the fire arrow. Now you can just hit both sides and pin him down.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what they're going to do. Shoot one and then shoot the other one on the exact other side. No, he's going to switch over.
Oh, smoke. And pinch from behind, Striker. Oh, Striker survives it.
Wow.
Kills Bolo, but then gets taken down by Billboard.
Looks like, yeah, Billboard go ahead and takes out Striker. Hyper is actually able to take out Gun. Gun was one of the ones that was chillaxing up here. Now, Fluffy came out from lone office, is now on the flank. Benji is watching this, however. Billboard is now down in servers. 50 seconds left. Now, they do have a Hibana to try and maybe get a crawl hole into the site. But 40 seconds, where's the diffuser? He does have it with him, but he needs some backup. He needs some support.
Yeah, where's the other three?
He's got Wheeze all the way outside the building, maybe even on main stairs. And he got two upstairs, and then Billboard is basically in servers, ready to go into site. 30 seconds left. You got to start moving, guys.
Yeah, where is Wheeze on this, man? You should be down here by now.
25 seconds left. Yeah, sure. You guys know that Fluffy's here, but 20 seconds now. There's no plant attempt, and of course there is that Echo and the Rook still on site. They went ahead. Hyper went ahead and jumped all right on in. Here's the explosive finale we're looking for. Hyper goes down. There goes down Benji as well, so this is not looking good. Murfin's able to pick up Wheeze. Hyper finally finished off. It's all up to Billboard. He does get the plant down. He's able to pick up... No, he's not able to. Just a little bit of damage off going to both before he falls.
I gotta give credit to Smurfin on that Echo. Not only was he drunking them a lot until he actually got some kills from there as well. Playing in that gold area. That was nicely done by him. And then Fluffy coming in that last minute flank there. But I mean... I'm not sure that was down to Mystic doing well so much as Hat just taking forever to get that plant going.
Yeah, no, they're sitting there for like forever is what it seemed like, and it took them just so long, and eventually I guess they finally just decided to go for it. I think Hyper ended up quick dropping, get rid of all but one Hibana, just jump right in as soon as it explodes, but unfortunately there's just not much you can do. I think you really just need that Thermite and Hibana combination, which is what we're seeing out of Mystic. That way, if you get down to the situation where, hey, it's been reinforced, you can't plant in the default spot over on the A site, you can still get in and plant, but a little slow there. Well,
it's match point, so we may not see any more rounds after this of Bank, because it's up on Teller Archives now. Not exactly the best spot to defend, and Hat hasn't been the best at defending, so far, this is looking like this could be the end of Bank and onto Oregon. But then again, Hat has surprised us a couple times. So the question is Mystic up to taking this site? Because they couldn't successfully defend it. But that was down to them losing their roamers upstairs very quickly.
Yeah, no, I agree. Last time we saw Hat They played a pretty heavy roam game upstairs. They had 3 people off-site. It was a 2-3 split, and it still ended up working out pretty well. Looks like Billboard's actually setting up something as well.
There we go.
Looks like we'll be seeing the same exact thing. Maybe 2 or 3 guys just kind of running around upstairs.
I don't see them. Did they reinforce CEO walls? Because it doesn't look like it.
No, they did not. Where's all the
That could be a
reinforcements
problem.
going? They've got like 5, 6, 7 in sight. I don't know where the other ones went though.
I mean, last time we saw, like, for example, like Bolo wallbanging through because it wasn't reinforced when it was the other way around. You know, when it was Mystic defending there. So.
Alright, so let's have to see. Where are the roamers at? There is currently 1 in there. It's oh no, they did use 2.
Oh, they do. They finally got 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was just on the flip side of the wall, so I didn't see it.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe it's a little hard to spot those little spikes peeking out. Looks like there is only 1. I want to say that's Benji upstairs. It's hard because it doesn't show his name on that Valkyrie.
Yeah,
that
he's hanging out in
Benji.
the conference, but he's droned out by Fluffy.
Yeah,
oh, droned again.
Droned out.
Gun's gonna be here to finish him off. Oh, yeah, the rotate hole's not gonna work out with Gun sitting right there. And the pre-fire even.
Yep, not able to get it. Gun is actually able to pick up Benji.
He does take a little bit of damage, though.
Yeah, that's the 1 roamer down. Here goes Hyper. Now he's all the way in the server room. Bolo is on main stairs, it looks like, to rotate up late, but as it stands, the attackers now have control of upstairs. This could not be a worse situation for them, honestly. They're just going to start sledging and moving around.
Too, yeah. I mean, they don't have a buck, but the sledge is going to do plenty well enough, although Bolo trying to make it hard for him.
Going to go ahead and pick up Smurfin. Now, I guess the question is, where was Smurfin that he was still downstairs? I guess he was...
Looked like the lobby.
Yeah, honestly, they need to start sledging. Here we go. You know, really start sledging, getting in there. They do still have that thermite, so they can still start working the angles, get those walls open. That's going to be huge. There is a bandit, but they have a Thatcher. So they need to get those 2 to front lobby or over towards elevator stat. Oh, speaking of elevators, here's Bolo right on those elevators, so they're going to have to clear him out.
Oh, here we always see Fluffy versus Hyper here in a minute.
Looks like we will indeed. He's going to be hopping right in. Does he have a drone? That's the real question. I don't think so. I think he's just going to try to frag his way in. Hyper speaks up. He's going to be able to get him. Hyper's going to go ahead and leave. So that way he doesn't get traded right back immediately. Started out really good for the attackers, but not really looking too good. Mystic now knows where Hyper went off to. Bolo has rotated all the way upstairs. Will Gun realize it? Billboard has now gone down at the hands of Gun's nade, but he has made himself known. He just spammed his own teammate's body, that's for sure. Gun went ahead and moved on in. Hyper being aggressive, pushing all the way out. Billboard is in the meantime picked up and was able to pick up Gun as he dropped down into square stairs. Now it's all up to Striker to try and get that diffuser.
Wow.
It's all up to him versus 4. I'm going to say it's probably going to be Hat's round to bring it 4-on-3. 15 seconds left, and he has to get diffuser. He has to go for the frags, but it's just such an impossible situation.
Oh, he's pinched hard.
Goes down. He got pinched out pretty hard.
That was Bolo and Hyper's round. Like, they weren't doing that great. Benji getting picked off early sucked. But then when Hyper and Bolo they played the whole map. Like, especially that middle floor. Like, they were just all over the place. And it just didn't seem like Mystic could, like, actually hold control of anywhere. Like, they took control of the top floor, but then they couldn't hold it. Because just... Hyper and Bolo just popping up everywhere like little gophers. And
yeah, I want to say that Striker on the Ash kind of overextended, I want to say. Like, I think that he pushed all the way down into front lobby, but he didn't really have any support there, and instead he just needed to hold an angle on the stairs, make sure Bolo couldn't get up, you know, try to really figure out where Hyper is going, because Hyper just kind of ran around and just shot everyone, you know, so that's really not a great situation that you want to have. So unfortunately, they started off really strong, but then they kind of fell back as they didn't really have a buck, they didn't really have a fuse, so I don't even think they're really ready for them to be in tellers. So we'll see. Yeah. Speaking of tellers, we're back in tellers.
Yeah, second try here for Mystic.
Yeah, no, they didn't do too well on this first one, so you might have spoken a little bit too early saying that this was Mystic's game.
Nope, I definitely did. So hopefully, I mean, I hope this goes to overtime though.
Yeah, that'd be certainly pretty interesting to see. And we do have the Mira. I'm going to call him Nodor. Notor? Nodor? He's going to put a mirror up on open area wall, looking towards that window, get a little pre-fires. Now, what is this shield? I guess a little bit, prevent a little bit of spamming. Interesting use. I would have rather have seen a C4 on Mira, so that when they finally take upstairs control, you can maybe even get a C4 kill off. But, I mean, hey, a shield is a shield, I guess. Now, they did also bring a castle to castle off that wall to really try to prevent them from going into open area. It looks like Smurfin may even be playing in it. playing all over the place. They got open area and upstairs control. 2 upstairs, maybe 1 in open area with that mirror. They're playing pretty far out.
See if Bolo has enough intel to make this work here.
Alrighty. Like I said, they are playing really heavy all around the map, trying to keep as much map control as possible. We do still have 2 upstairs in the CEO. I think that's where most of this pressure is going to come down really early on. These 2 walls to the right of Fluffy now are reinforced, so it's just this one hole that they have to worry about. Maybe even if they get into janitors. We'll see if Gun and Fluffy is able to create a crossfire. Fluffy is being really aggressive here. He wants to peek, but he's not going to be able to quite get the angle. Benji's looking through a drone hole, excuse me, through a punch hole, trying to find something. There is a drone hole over to his left. There it is. He's going to try and find the angle. However, Bolo is able to push in and get Fluffy. Now it's just all up to Gun to try and hold this upstairs. I think he's going to get pressured from somewhere else. He just gets redroned. Here comes in the Ash from both sides. He's getting pension. He knows it. Bolo's able to pick up Gun as well. So that's both the roamers upstairs has been immediately taken out. Striker gets taken out as well. Bolo on, I believe, a 3K. Fantastic job for him. Smurfin's finally able to trade it back something with taking out Wheeze. Now there's 2 players in admin right now. They have almost no control over the sites they're supposed to be defending. 4-on-2 situation. Bolo's pretty low. Both the defenders still have full HP though. Looks like Hat knows what they need to do. They're opening up what they need to. They're getting rid of those mirrors, and they're going to be opening up, I believe, that wall towards elevators.
Definitely looking like Hat have figured out what they're doing wrong in previous rounds, at least.
Yeah, Mystic. Last time we were here, they weren't able to hold this wall. So here's a Noder trying to hold this. They all realize now that he's in an open area. Here's Smurfin really close to that square stairs. Benji, he's gonna be probably pushing in. Benji's not gonna get caught. Neither person's gonna catch him out. Just a little bit of bullets being traded. Noder down to 1 HP, sending damage both towards Billboard. Benji rushes in and gets picked out. But there we go. There's Billboard that gets picked off as well. That's a thermite. So it's just all down to 30 seconds left. Bolo, Noder, and Smurfin. Hyper is over here at Tellers trying to get an angle. There is 20 seconds left. He cannot hop through this. Bolo is now going up. The plant has arrived. He's coming down. Smurfin's going to have to push up through this. Will he realize that he needs to go and look through the window? No, he was able to push Hyper off. Hyper missing a shot. Bolo was able to get one. It's now down to a 1v2. He has 1 HP. This is going to be so difficult for him. He needs to hit it, but he's not going to be able to. Hyper is able to bring it back, so we're going into overtime.
That was definitely close, though. Noder and Smurfin actually brought it back pretty heavily, but it just in the end they weren't able to stop the plant from going down, and that was really what mattered.
Alrighty, so we're going into OT. Do you think it started off in Mystic's favor? You know, we were up 3-1, I want to say. It went 3-0, then 3-1, and so all of a sudden, you know, it's been kind of a back and forth up to a 4-4 scoreline right now. Bolo with that 12 kills. Fantastic job going in. So what do you think about this so far? Do you think it's going to be Hat?
I think it's going to be a 6-5, but it's hard to say which way because I think both teams have kind of figured out some things they were doing wrong. The question is, Hat seemed to have figured it out better right now. Like they were off on a pretty bad foot to start with, but now they've been on kind of a roll. I think they won 3 rounds in a row now. And so it's a situation where, or no, like 2 rounds in a row, I guess. I feel like Mystic could bring it back now, though, and we could see them go up 5 now, and then see Hat go 5, and then maybe Mystic 6-5. But it's really been coming down to roamer control, and whether or not either of these teams can pull it off. I mean, that last round almost came down to the site defenders winning, but it still really came down to killing those roamers early, making the difference. So if the roamers can play, that's not how you start a round that you want to win.
F for sure. F in chat for Billboard. He's gonna be tilted about that one. Bolo really just showing who's boss. A little bit of there you go.
Even the admin with the F for poor Billboard. No capital this round.
Yeah, for sure. Now we do have a Gun is running around. I believe I want to say Fluffy is up there too. So yeah, the Gun Fluffy roam is the real thing right now.
Now, if I was Striker, I would know that they have no Capitao now, and I would still definitely feel more secure behind that server.
Yeah, they might not have known exactly that build. They've only ran the Capitao 1 round, so it's kind of I don't know. I would think about it, but I wouldn't really predict it. Saying, yeah, there's the Capitao. Now here comes Bolo, you know, rushing right on into Tellers. There is no drone to help him out, so where is Fluffy? Where is Gun? They're trying to find him. Fluffy is now close to the doorway. Gun is on the opposite side. Fluffy's going to go and peek. He's going to crouch peek. Bolo's going to get it. You're too fast. Too fast for me there.
I like how he baits it out, shoots the hatch, and then tries to bait Gun out.
Yeah, no, for sure. Gun's now down to 50 HP, so it's going to be kind of difficult for him to hold this for much longer. I think they realize that he's in here, so a minute and 40 left. Now with that team kill, now it's brought down to a 4-on-4. It's going to be hard for them to really find the angles that they need to. Like I said, without that Capital, they might not be able to get into servers the same way that they did to last time. Striker still running around with the hatch reinforced. You know,
Smurfing on the Echo played quite good last time, though. I'd be curious to see if it is as effective this time.
Yeah, now I wonder, can Gun actually fall back into servers right now? Go through Square, you know, is there anyone watching that? That's going to be the real question. I mean, you got Wheeze over, all the way over in open area, but there's no one over there. Noder's actually able to pick up Yalu through the hatch, and he's going to rotate right on back. So that's Rook down to 50 HP. And, of course, Bolo, the hard carry right now, is now down. So it's up to the 3. I think that team kill is really starting to get to him. Benji's going to go for the peek, not going to be able to do it. Gun's should fall back. We should be seeing him fall all the way back. No, he's actually going to rotate upstairs. You know, they've got the main advantage, so he's going to really try and play that aggressive. Get back around him. Now, it looks like the attacker's hat is currently set up to drop through the hatch and go in through vault area and hop into B window. Yep, Wheeze has gone down inside of elevator. I think all the defenders realize this now. And we should be seeing Gun rotate out from behind. One's gone in now. Benji's in. Smurfin was able to pick up Hyper. It's now down to a 2v4. 2v4. Here comes the diffuser. It's all up to Wheeze to try and keep Benji alive. Fortunately, just a bunch of bullets going down all over the place. There goes down to the diffuser. The defenders are coming up really close. Wheeze is now down super low. Benji's able to take down one. Here comes Gun from behind. Smurfin's able to pick up one as well. It's all up to Benji, but he gets traded out immediately. So that's going to be the defenders. They're going to Mystic's going to take the first round of this OT. You know, honestly, I feel like if they had Billboard, they would have been able to win that round just because of all the extra angles that they could have covered. And maybe even take out those roamers just a little bit faster. Billboard, of course, does like to drone a little bit. So I think there's a little slow.
Yeah, I think it came down to 2 factors. Losing Billboard and not being able to kill Gun Havoc. I think that was the only 2 reasons why that didn't work. I mean, I guess had Bolo not got picked, it might have been a lot harder. But, I mean, had he stayed alive, it would have been a lot easier, I mean, for them. Because, you know, obviously he's been kind of a bit of a hard carry, like you said. So it is going, like I said, though, Mystic taking that first round. We'll probably see Hat take this round, although they're going to have to defend Teller Archives. So maybe not. Well, no, this could be a 6-4.
They decided to play in Teller Archives. Why do you think that is? You know, why play that over downstairs? Do you think that's...
I mean, honestly, they've been sucking downstairs other than the one round. So, and that one round, they won because of the downstairs defense. So maybe they just decided, you know what? We play better upstairs. We suck downstairs. Let's just keep it upstairs. That way we can get back to site. I don't know. I mean, either they just could have decided that Mystic wouldn't have expected this. And then, you know, play it.
So I think there are definitely a couple of reasons why they haven't done it, or why they did do it, excuse me. Looks like they're finally getting to reinforce that south wall of the B site. Usually the last thing that gets done. Yeah. And we do have Benji upstairs.
Yeah, Benji has been kind of first to get picked, though, a lot of the times. He hasn't been the greatest on their roam so far. He really needs to be set up in a position where if he's going to play roam, he needs to know how to fall back fast. Because he's just dying too soon, and he'd be better off playing a little bit of the tease roam and then getting back to site, I think. Because getting picked early isn't really doing the team any good.
Yeah, it looks like they're actually playing 2 people upstairs right now. Now, one thing I want to, you know, you're just mentioning, you know, he needs to learn how to fall back. Honestly, I think you can say that about a lot of these roamers.
Yeah.
A lot of roamers have just been staying up until they die, but there's been just a clear exit, you know, a clear way to get away.
Well, it's just Benji's aggressiveness on his defense has just not really been working out for him. Like, whether or not he's good at it, I'm not going to say, but it just hasn't been working out. And that's what it comes down to. It's like, whether you think you're good at something or not, you don't want to be stubborn about it. You want to say, hey, I need to make the adjustments for the good of the team in terms of what's working and what's not. I mean, unless you have some other big new trick up your sleeve. So Benji, like, going to get pinched out here, for example. We're going to see him die pretty quick.
Yeah, so Gun's going ahead and open up. Benji's close with the C4. Not going to be able to get it, but Bolo is able to actually pick up Gun.
Saves his butt.
I think that's the first time that they were actually able to pick up Gun at that specific angle. So now it's all up to the rest of the team. Can they find where the two roamers are. It's, you know, it's still have the two upstairs, Benji, and of course Bolo is still upstairs, so they're gonna really have to try to work hard and find him. Hyper is also on main stairs, so they're pretty close. They have those Valk cams are really helping. Striker gonna get picked up. Bolo is able to pick up a fantastic shot. What a great shot
here
from
we go
him.
to his right. Oh,
but he gets a black.
What? Wow.
What a crazy one. Bolo is actually able to pick up Smurfin, and Benji.
That gave Benji the free kill too, because he whipped around to fight Bolo.
Hyper finally dropping to find Fluffy just kind of cowering in a corner.
Their roam play was much better than their downstairs play when they actually played more up top, so I think it just worked out better to just not even bother with the bottom.
Yeah, that was a pretty, I want to say it was a pretty straightforward round, honestly. You know, the attackers, they pushed in, the defenders, they roamed, and that was that, honestly. There's no real special trick plays. You know, of course, Gun got picked up first. Bolo just such a great shot. Then he, of course, went down and picked up Striker, laying down inside of stock trading. You know, I can't say I would have exactly expected that, but Bolo was still able to make it work. Then he went around and was able to pick up Blackbeard. I'm honestly surprised Blackbeard wasn't able to pick him up. Honestly, that should have been
that should have been an easy Blackbeard kill for sure. Like he was able to shoot one and still kill Blackbeard. Like that was a little embarrassing for poor Blackbeard there. Bolo was definitely the hero of that round, even for Benji. Like I said, Benji was playing it still too aggressively, but he got a free kill thanks to Bolo pushing so aggressively and getting a nice distraction for him. Not only that, but he saved his butt the first time too when Gun was coming for him. So the combo of those two worked out okay. But I still got to give credit to Bolo on that one.
Yeah, I totally agree. That honestly, he's going to be the MVP of this map, maybe even series, depending on how well he does on Oregon. Oregon is going to be your next map. We are currently going into the final map of Bank. This is match point. There is no getting out of it, that's for sure. We've been on match point for what seems like the longest of time now. The question is, what's the roam? Look at this mirror actually upstairs.
Yeah. So we're seeing 3-man roam now. So they're deciding, Mystic's doing the same thing basically. They're saying our downstairs defense is better when we're heavier up top. Like both teams seem to be better at defending when they play 3 up top. It's just in general seems to work better for them. 2 seems to work off and on, but 3 is seeming to work a lot more solid as long as one of those 3 doesn't get picked off super early.
Yeah, honestly, that's what it's going to come down to. You know, how long can you hold it down? Because, I mean, if you can waste enough time, I think that's going to be really important. Now, look at these mirrors. They push both mirrors up here. This is a lot of utility upstairs, in my opinion. But it might just work. You know, maybe if they have a set strategy. However, look at Bolo and Hyper. They've both pushed into open area. This could mean maybe, hey, they're going to be going for a quick sight. They realize they're pulling 3 up. Do you think they could just say, screw it, let's just go for sight?
I would go sewers at this point and just say, screw it, not even open up any of the hatches. Let the reinforced hatches work against them. Guard the other entrances and just push sight. Just take sight, then screw them.
Yeah, and there is actually a hole from admin, which is what Bolo is actually looking through right now. There's a hole right into sight. They don't even need to make their own. They just need to walk right in, get the frags, and that'll be it. You just saw one drone go on in there. Wheeze is going to hold a different angle. Here comes Hyper.
Knock, knock.
Gonna go ahead and pull up make another hole. And this is when Mystics, I feel like, is going to realize, hey, guys, we need to rotate down. If they don't rotate down right now, or at least start to do something, I think this is going to be the game.
Yeah.
We do have Gun sitting over in elevators right now. He can definitely do something about it, but definitely a little bit, might be a little bit too late. Billboard, I think, knows that he's in there, though. He's kind of watching going down. Smurfer and Strike and still looking around, just kind of chilling out in sight. Fluffy is now deciding, okay, he needs to kind of rotate around. Maybe a little bit late. Maybe he'll do it a little bit later. Billboard might even be trying, but Gun is able to pick up Billboard. Gun goes out and gets a second one. That's Benji. Bolo is able to finally get the trade. I feel like a great 2-for-1 trade there, especially on the Thermite. Hyper now has no way to open up that other wall that goes into the A site. So right now, Hat's only play is to really push into that admin office. And I can't help but wonder, does Mystic know that?
Yeah, I would hope so. I mean, they probably know who they killed, so.
Drone ready.
Yeah, no, they're gonna have to drone all the way in. Wheeze is gonna put in some back pressure from behind. You still have 2 players playing upstairs, but he actually gets taken out by Wheeze. Bolo downstairs picks up both the site players. It's all down to the roamer Mira. Noter is gonna have to really try his best here. Honestly, it's a 1v3, but this is what I would say. This is a 1v3 that he can win. The diffuser just went down. As long as he realizes Wheeze, no, Wheeze is still upstairs. I think they just heard the drop there, so they should know how they need to be rotating around. I fully expect Wheeze to just go ahead and drop down and kill him right now. Yep, that's gonna be him right there. That's gonna be your game. Game 1 goes to Hat. Next map's gonna be Oregon.
definitely close there. Definitely both teams taking it to a 6-5 like we figured. So it's good to see. The question is, who's going to be able to take Oregon here? I mean, in some ways I'm favoring Hat, but after seeing both teams make some adaptations there, I'm not going to say that it's really going to be one team dominating Oregon, I don't think. Both teams seem to be able to make some calls on the fly, make adjustments. Mystic being a bit of a newer lineup, still taking it all the way to 5. So
yeah, Bolo with the 19 kills, man. What a great
yeah,
performance from him.
the wheelbarrow carrying his whole team. Yeah, we saw
Yeah,
10 from someone else as well, though. So they all did a good job, though. Definitely not just the Bolo, but definitely
that's
to
for sure.
him as well.
Alrighty, guys, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go and take a 5-minute break. We will be right back. Thanks for sticking around. Map number 2 coming right up. Alrighty, and that's going to be the end of the timer, and we are back. Second map's going to be Oregon. So hopefully these two teams are ready. As soon as they are ready, we're going to go ahead and get right on into it. Alrighty, we get it ready from both teams. We're going to go ahead and get this started.
Sweet.
Emza, what do you got? What are you thinking about for Oregon? I know you're talking about a little bit before the break, but what do you think?
So both teams have shown that when they want to play Rome, they play Rome. I expect some meeting hall defenses, and maybe kitchen. Like they've definitely been playing both teams strong Rome, especially people like Bolo and Gun. So I would expect to see a lot more Rome than you're used to. Maybe they won't at first, like a bank where they try to play a bit more on site. But maybe they just be like, screw it, we play better up top. We're not good at turtling. Let's just get out there and roam around the map and kill each other. So I think this will come down to attackers being very systematic if they want to win. And crutching out the roamers upstairs, sealing off the towers, pushing in from there. And I think that will be the key to whichever team takes this. But we're going to start up top instead of down in the laundry. So I'll be curious to see how this plays out for Mystic, as I haven't seen them really playing this yet. So
no, that's actually something I just wanted to point out. If you look, we actually are going to start up in kids' dorms. But then if you look at the lineup from the attackers, it kind of tells me that they're ready for a kids' dorm. So I think there's a little bit of counter-stratting going on. And the reason why I say that is because, one, they have Buck, so they can Buck from underneath kids, and two, they have a Thermite and a Habana. There's no reason to do that when they're attacking downstairs, so the only reason is that they knew that they were going to be upstairs.
To be fair, dorms was the meta before Glaz became buffed. So dorms was the thing to do, right? Because of Mira, I think, and other stuff like that. And so without Glaz in here, because it's the CCS, now dorms is a good primary bomb site. So I think that makes sense, and I don't think they necessarily had to know the team to know that. But that is a good call on their part. Like you said, their lineup is set up for this take. The question is it set up for a B take like it looks like because of the Buck? If so, are they going to properly clear and hold the towers?
Well, honestly, I think the Buck is like a multi-use sort of operator in this sort of situation.
Sure, but with a Blackbeard too, this is typically, like you see Hyper right here, almost setting up for a B take.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It could go either way. You're right, though. The Buck is still useful, helping with either, as well as the Blackbeard potentially. But it definitely looks like a B-take now.
The thing behind the Buck is that you get him down into kitchen. You're able to buck all the common spots that are played in kids. You can buck white spot. You can get rid of all these common positions that just make your job so much easier to take as a team. And,
I guess you can also buck for the master take as well, for the batteries.
Yeah, it's not as useful because usually when you're going for a small dorms plant, usually you don't really have to worry about the person in kids. You might have someone watching it, but it's not exactly as critical. Now, obviously, they are probably going to be going for a kids take. Just the fact that they're holding big tower. They're trying to take bridge. They're trying to do all these different things. They've had the Blackbeard on kids window. They're trying to take control of bridge as it stands right now. They've spent a lot of time doing it. However, Gun is so close, right underneath Hyper. If Gun realizes he's on drone, he can just run right up on Hyper right now. They have no idea. They have no one even watching it.
He's
Gun
playing
can just
smart
run
though.
Right up right now.
Is Hyper going to see him now? That's the question. Did he just see him on that drone? I don't think so.
Billboard, though. Billboard's able to pick up Noder, just kind of chilling out.
He rotated to A side.
Yeah, so here they go. Hyper and Bolo have now pushed into bridge, but Billboard is actually taken out by Smurfin from the other side in small tower. Bolo's able to pick up Fluffy now.
Screen that tower.
Gun still is not moving right now, and the attackers have decided to completely switch. They're no longer playing for kids. They're all the way into small dorms right now. Bolo has a great angle. He's going to try and get a shot, but he's not quite going to be able to hit it. Such a weird sounding Gun. Wheeze is actually able to take out Benji himself. Hyper is finally taken out by Gun. Gun on the rotate gets picked off immediately by Bolo. It's all up to Smurfin underneath to try and get a... Oh no, he doesn't even have a C4 now. It's up to a 2-on-2 situation. Smoke, Striker, and Smurfin. Looks like Smurfin's coming up. Bolo gonna get taken off. What a great shot right there. It's all up to Wheeze and try to hold it, but he's been smoked off, so there's no way the diffuser is getting taken down, but Wheeze has no way to get it over there, and that's going to be the round. Honestly, I feel like if Wheeze did not, if Wheeze was able to take out Smurf, I do think Striker would have still been able to get the diffuse right here. Fantastic.
I like what Striker and Smurf did. He smoked Thermite off, went for the defuse, and then had Smurfin come around, crossfire him, and that just secured his ability to defuse, defending it. So that worked out nicely.
Honestly, I think Wheeze was trying to take out Striker when he got pushed up, but he ended up actually killing Benji there. So a little bit of an unfortunate mishap, but things happen. That's the second TK we've seen on the side of Hat, so they've definitely got to be feeling the burn.
Yeah, they're trying to play very aggressive and just getting in each other's line of fire, I think. Although the one was, I guess, trying to shoot the camera, I'm assuming, when Bolo had shot at his teammate. So we are going to see Laundry first, though, for Hat this time. It looks like they were ready for it, assuming on Mystic's side, though, because they brought the Capitao.
Yeah, it looks like pretty simple stuff coming out, nothing too crazy. Just get that Capitao, pretty standard. They do have the Habana, so yeah, you're right. They were totally completely ready for this, so maybe Hat would have been able to throw them off guard if they did go upstairs. But it looks like both teams know each other, both teams have been on stream quite a bit, so I mean, it's kind of a toss-up.
Question is, are they going to capitalize on it effectively? Because we saw Hat pick the right lineup to attack, Dorms, but didn't successfully pull it off. So the question is, assuming Mystic picked the lineup they wanted here for the basement, are they going to be able to actually successfully use those operators the way they want?
Yeah, it'll be. I mean, it's kind of interesting because we were kind of talking about like what do you do with that Buck, but honestly, I don't think the Buck really even used his skeleton key. He might have used it a little bit, but honestly,
Bolo's playing from the bridge instead.
Yeah, it was kind of weird in my opinion. I would have liked to have seen him maybe go underneath, but maybe next time. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, it looks like Gun is just going to go ahead and get on into Armory. Hyper was last seen in Armory, but they were able to push him out just using the drones and maybe a grenade. Gun's now just kind of looking down the hallway, trying to clear out these two roamers. There are now two upstairs. Smurfin goes ahead and hops right on in now. They've got a really great pinch over into small dorms. That's where Striker is currently. Bolo is actually able to pick up Gun. Not sure where that was from. That was from Big Tower. He gets him from the window. Smurfin goes down to a C4 from Benji. Benji has no idea, though. Now he does. But it looks like Noder has gone and rotated all the way up around. He's going to get spammed a little bit. Going to take about half damage and going to fall all the way back. Not looking like a great start from Mystic. Already down 2 players. The roamers are still alive. Striker was able to take a Bolo finally. So that's going to be the first kill on the board for Mystic. Now they're still trying to find these 2 roamers. Fluffy knows that they're there. And they know they want to hold them down. But I don't think they realize how they want to do it. Benji, great game sense there, just to try and keep Fluffy there even longer, just by saying, hey, I'm here, come get me. Fluffy, of course, as the Habana, cannot do that. Hyper's going to go for the peek. Not going to be able to get it, just the timing, just a little bit off there. They hear the Habana. Will Hyper take this opportunity and move up? I don't think so. Benji's able to pick out Noder, being a little bit too aggressive on white still. Now it's a minute left remaining, and it's a 2v4. This is not looking good for Mystic at all. Fluffy's Fluffy's going to take one, but it's going to immediately be traded back by Benji. Now it's all up to Striker, who trades back on Benji again. Now it's down to a 1v2. Not exactly so drastic now. Still about the same ratio of players now. 50 seconds left, and only one hatch has been opened, so he has only one option. That's honestly just to drop. So it's going to be pretty difficult for him. He does still have smoke grenades, so this could be doable if he smokes and drops. Now he's just going to go for it. Says, screw that Mira. I know one's in there. Where's he? He does on the second one. He knows where the second one is, though. This is going to be interesting. He should know where the second one is. He knows he's in that mirror. He knows he should be around there.
Wow.
What?
What was that? Striker.
What was that?
Wow. The clutch.
What?
Flick.
What? Like, what actually just happened?
Feels good for Striker there. That snap.
That's like a nut with a capital U. Oh my goodness. Striker saying, I'm done. Well, I'm done too. Oh my. Wow.
That was definitely his best round so far we've seen from him.
That was ridiculous.
So, honestly, though, I felt like that was in the hands of Hat. I like that, just like what I was saying about Bank, they realized they're much better when they play 2 on site, 3 up top. And so they did. They picked basement so they could have the site all the way down there, and they just, let's play everyone up top as hard as we can. And they did. They did it quite well. I mean, there was a lot of trades over by the Armory side and the lobby and stuff like that, but it only came down to Striker's nutty flick and his smart flick back and forth in the window.
I was still like mind blown. Like, how did he even know he was there?
Well, I mean, he knew that the window was there, right? So he figured he's going to be coming across.
He knew he was there, but he wasn't even on screen. I'm watching this, and I didn't even see him, and he just flipped over.
If you think about it, I mean, I'm not saying it was logical, but if he thinks logically, he knows that there's the window there, and he's going to be spotted through the window. What's going to happen when you get spotted through the window? The other person's going to kind of be pushing towards the hole and ready to shoot you, to pre-fire it. And so he took advantage of that. But I don't know. I mean, at the same time, it was a pretty nice flick.
That was nutty indeed. Great clutch from Striker, honestly. That was ridiculous. Going on to round number 3, it looks like Mystic has decided to go for a meeting hold. Have you seen that from them yet?
You know, I mean, like I said before, this is what kind of I expected them to do, just because, ooh, nice. Because they're going to have to play a pretty aggressive roam to defend the... But I think they almost would have been better off doing what Hat did, which is playing more up top. But they are at least putting 2 up there. They got Gun and Fluffy, the dynamic duo from Bank, playing up top.
Yeah, actually, I think they're actually kind of separated. So yeah, they're both playing upstairs, but Fluffy's in bridge. Gun is completely in a different spot. Just a little bit of spamming going down. Yeah, Gun's all the way in armory. Fluffy's in bridge, and he's been reinforced off, so there's no way that each other can help him. Looks like Bolo is getting ready to push on in. Do they know Fluffy's up in bridge, though? That's going to be the key. I think that they should realize they need to at least drone it before they do anything. It's just such a common spot where Fluffy's playing. They have to know he's in there. I'd expect Bolo with the buck to get on up there and just, yeah, there you go. He's going upstairs right now, Bolo. And he's going to go ahead and buck open the bridge, which he just did. Here comes the drone. Going to spot Fluffy out. And honestly, I don't see Fluffy lasting very long.
Timing.
The timing was great.
Fluffy dropped down right to get away from the drone, but right into someone else's bullets.
Yeah, exactly. So, again, like I said, I don't expect him to last very long. They had such a perfect angle on that. All of a sudden, now it's not looking too great for Mystic. We do still have Gun over an armory side, but it doesn't even matter because Hat's all the way over on construction side. So I think they're just going to drone in. They might decide to push around, but I don't really think so. Nice throw Claymore, being a little cheeky there. So we're going to have to see how they decide to do it. They are going to open up the hatch, but will they even use it is going to be the real question. They're just going to be putting in pressure from this north side of the site, which normally you don't even really see that often. About a minute remains. They're going to go ahead and start rotating around Billboard with a very interesting way to push with the Blackbeard. Now, there are these castles. It's going to slow him down, maybe use a little bit. Bolo's trying to find something, but Noter's able to pick up Benji. Here comes Bolo, going to try and trade the mirror. Not going to be able to do it, though. Billboard's able to pick up Smurfin. Where's that mirror going? Noter is going to push all the way up into hallway. Weeze is able to pick up Gun. Remember, Gun was on the rotate. Noter playing right underneath this hatch. He's going to go for the peek. It's a Blackbeard, though. He's going to be punished for that for sure. It's all up to Striker to really try and hold it down. 1v4. I don't know how many nutty flicks you can pull off to win this one. He misses the shot on the Wii. He's just going to damage him down a little bit. Smoke him off so he can't be pressured. Hyper pushes out, but unfortunately, Billboard on the Blackbeard was able to finish Striker.
Yeah, that wasn't going to be Striker's round that time, like you said. There's definitely some good scrappy gunfights over that backside by the meeting hall. It's unfortunate the roamers couldn't last longer, though. I almost feel like they needed the 3 up top instead of just 2. Fluffy, he kind of trapped himself, to be honest. Like, he was just not in a good position. Even if they hadn't have droned him out there and forced him down the stairs, or tried to push through the bridge, he still had nowhere else to go because nothing else was open. He had one side sealed with reinforcements from the dorms, and the other side wasn't opened as well. Until they opened it, until Buck opened it. So it was just, where was he going to go? He was just going to have to drop ladder at best. So unfortunately left himself in a bad situation where he was just not going to get out of that. Yeah,
I think if you're going to play meeting, I'd rather see more than just one person playing there because I feel like they use a lot of utility for really not that much. Smurfin was playing, at the rear stage, but he fell back once he got spotted. And then they were able to just drone out meeting. Hey guys, it's clear. Oh, there's only one in bridge? What? You play bridge.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, the reason why you play someone in bridge is to make sure that your people in meeting don't get bucked from above in that bridge itself. But when you're not supporting anyone in meeting, what's the point of even playing up in bridge? When you're
not to mention, even if they find you up there and you don't leave, you can get sniped from the attic window pretty easily.
Yeah, I mean, unless you... I guess that's what I'm saying, is that there's just no point to really play up there in that situation, which is why, honestly, he got punished pretty heavily for it. I don't even
Maybe that's what he was hoping they were thinking.
Yeah,
that no one would be playing up there.
Well, again, unfortunately, when you're playing against, honestly, really high challenger level / pro level teams, you can't really bank on them not droning something like that. Maybe against, other teams that aren't really doing as well. Sure, go for a trick play like that. But at that point,
Oh,
why are you going to use so much, like, utility against that? Now, while we're
so
waiting, we do have gun. Gonna toss a nade. That should land perfectly.
Poor Benji.
Wow, Benji's only takes about 90 HP, but here comes another nade. Benji's going to get nice and close. Trying to get nice and personal to Gun, but Gun says, no, I don't want your lovin'. So there they go. They now have control of a big tower now. Here, see, like I said, Striker going to go ahead and drone out Bridge. There's really no reason. Always going to get droned out. Hyper's currently sitting in meeting, going to get spotted out, probably going to rotate around. Front door is not open, so he cannot get punished by that. Wheeze takes Gun down with a shotgun. But here comes Bolo trying to come out, trying to find a kill. Not going to. Noter is actually going to find Wheeze, though. But Bolo goes for the repeat. Striker was not ready for that. But here comes Smurfin trying to jump down onto Bolo. Bolo says, no, stop coming at me. Here comes Noter. Noter says, I'm the next one in line. I want my ticket to take a ride to Bolo. No, but he downs him. So I would say that was pretty successful. Honestly, Fluffy's going to have to go all the way around to try and get Noter. Let's see if Hyper and Billboard can really try and punish this. They know that Noter is down. They know that the diffuser is out there. So
Fluffy,
honestly,
just let him die.
Yeah, there's really no point. Fluffy's backed into a corner.
Ooh.
Fluffy's able to frag himself out of the corner. Now, if Fluffy's able to pick up Noter here, that could actually be a really good situation for them. There is still a minute and 20 seconds left against one mirror on site. And when you're in a site like this is way too big to cover because you're going to... Oh, wow, what a shot. What a great game sense from Billboard, realizing that he's going to go out and try and heal up his teammate. So he knew he was probably going to come out of that window there. Perfect, honestly. Great, even if you did have a camera.
Holding that.
Great,
and Bolo gets the credit for the 4K too.
Yeah, I know. Bolo, again, just being so nutty. Bolo, yeah, with 6 kills. We're 4 rounds in, but the game is tied up right now, so it's not all one-sided as it may seem.
Bolo, the death machine at that door. The fact that they kept pushing it, hoping to trade him, hilarious.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's just like, all right, well, I'll take one out. Oh, wait, I missed you. Let me come get you. And then it was like, sure,
I think maybe they were counting on him rotating away from, like saying, oh, I've got enough kills, I'm going to rotate away. And he's like, no, that's fine. I got this.
But that's okay. But that's classic Bolo though. Like he's gonna play aggressive. You have to know he's gonna play aggressive. Like know your enemy. Honestly, like Art of the War. Someone please read that. Know your enemy. That's where you're gonna really know it. Because if they realize, hey, because Striker I think took some bullets off of the start, and then Bolo didn't actually able to kill him. Ran back inside. It's like you should expect him to be running back out at you. Like, why aren't you holding him so that you can one-tap him? Instead, Striker just started running around. Bolo gets out there, kills him. Like, what are you doing? Hello? So they really needed to make sure they step up there, because that could have been an easy Mystic round, honestly. 5 seconds to go. Especially with an interesting start. Alright, double mirror over in Master.
Interesting. It's 2-2, so both teams have figured out how to at least win 2 rounds each. So it's definitely looking like there's a possibility of a map 3. We'll see if we see Consulate or not.
Yeah, no, there's actually a pretty good point over in chat right now. Is that back to that Striker flick? We might be sitting on a 60 FOV right now, and maybe Striker had like a 90 FOV, so the FOV difference might have been enough to enough to really set it off. So that's definitely one variable we weren't really taking into account. So
yeah, unfortunately, Spectator doesn't automatically adapt the FOV of the player.
Yeah, that'd be kind of nice, but unfortunately, I feel like it'd be kind of annoying. Oh no! Spectator says he's on 90 FOV, guys.
Thanks, Spectator.
Your observer tonight is going to be crazy, man. So props to him for all the great camera angles and great camera work that he has been providing. But he just shut your guys' theory down. He is on 90 FOV. So let's get right into round number 5. Smurfin actually playing down in kitchen. I know you were saying the kitchen play, but there is no reinforcements. Don't you normally play reinforcements here?
Yeah, but that also can give away your position. He's playing as a pulse, so he's kind of trying to sit, if he could sit in a position where he can kind of anticipate them coming, but they are going to drone it instead. So that's the thing, is like, as long as he has an escape route
here he comes. He's going to pick Fluffy up. What a great shot from him. Now it's all onto Smurfin. He has been completely droned out.
Swarming around it like little sharks.
Yeah, exactly. Bolo going to try and get the angle. Smurfin actually able to pick up Bolo for once. He takes out Benji as well. What a great double. That's exactly what they needed to bring him right back into this round. Great job by Smurfin there. Now it's all up to Billboard on the Blackbeard in small tower. They're going to have one. Wheeze is going to rotate all the way around, trying to really punish Smurfin. But there is, of course, no holes. Flashes go in. Let's say Billboard goes in, but they're going to go, oh, a little bit of a miss flash right there. That was on stream, buddy, but here's also on stream is Hyper taking out Gun. That brings it to a 3-on-3 situation. Smurfin unable to take Wheeze out as Wheeze pushes in and gets the kill. Now it's on a 3-on-2 with 50 seconds remaining.
Took him down pretty low health, at least. I could give credit to Smurfin for this round so far.
Alrighty, so now it's all up to the attackers to really find their way in. Oh, there's another flash.
That one wasn't going to work, buddy.
Hat flash is OP. Here comes Billboard taking up Noder. That's not what needed to happen. Honestly, now it's down to all up to Striker. He picks up one. It's going to be Billboard, but that Billboard brings him pretty low. Billboard's going to be making the call-outs. Can Hyper and Wheeze jump in? Wheeze goes for the jump in, but he's going to get punished for it. Now it's all up to Hyper with the diffuser. Here comes out a little bit of a missmoke that's actually being against him. Hyper going to pick him up as Striker goes through the peak, being a little bit too aggressive there. I think he panicked after he missed his smoke, realized that he needed to go for a peak, but didn't expect Striker, or didn't expect Hyper, excuse me, to be watching
had he
that.
Peeked a second later, he would have got Striker mid-swing. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, very unfortunate timing from him. I would have, if that smoke actually landed, I think he would have stayed a little bit more calm because he missed the smoke. He set it off himself. He panicked. A little bit unfortunate there. Either way, great try. He picked up 2 out of the 3. That's almost more than you can ask for. Alrighty, we're going into round number 6 with the Mystic versus Hat series. Hat is, of course, up by 1 round and is up by 1 game. You're currently 1-0 in favor of Hat Honor Among Thieves. We're going to be seeing them play downstairs.
And it looks like last time, gonna probably just have 1 or 2 down and then the rest up. Yeah, so that's been working for them.
You know, honestly, last time they played this round, I think there's a lot of trade kills going on, but then it came down to a 1v2, and I think if the 2 players downstairs would have stayed together a little bit more, Billboard did get caught out in that hallway. You know, I think if they had stayed together a little bit more, it would have been better. However, since I think now Hat's going to probably learn from their mistakes, realize what they need to do. I think they're going to play it a little bit safer, even though they're still going to be on the road.
Looks like they're bringing more people downstairs this time. A lot more on site. Well, that wouldn't surprise me to see them suddenly pop out into the towers or things like that, rather than holding site the whole time. They could be doing it for the droning right now. What
in the heck is happening? Hyper is just going outside. The gun gets stuck going off the rappel. Man, that's gonna tilt him. Hyper is still alive. He's been detected for at least 10 seconds. What is going on here? Oh my goodness, Fluffy finally going up and taking out the rest of his team. Wow, Hyper going hyper aggressive there, is able to pick out 1. And of course, that is a 1-for-2 trade on the Sledge and Thatcher. I would say that's definitely a worthwhile jump out.
Yeah.
Not every day do you see.
Well, it's not like you need the Jaeger after that, right? Like after he's got his. Oh.
Yeah, Bolo is now on the roam as well. So even if they do find him, do they even have the manpower to hunt him down? That's going to be the real question. You know, when you're down to 3 players, do you want to just go for sight, or do you need to keep hunting these roamers? Usually
not a good idea too, but then it tends to bite you in the butt. So. And it is Bolo too. It's not just any roamer.
That's true. You're gonna need at least 2 players, I guess. Bolo counts for 1. It's actually a 6-on-5, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, I would almost just leave him alone. You're more likely to die.
Yeah, for sure. So here comes in Smurfin and Fluffy. I think they're finally realizing, hey, it's clear. They know Bolo's downstairs, but they're still worried about him. As you can see there, Benji is playing in Classroom. Will Fluffy realize this?
He probably. My money's on Fluffy. Benji just hasn't been. This hasn't been working for him.
I don't know.
Like, let's be fair. How many times has his roam as that operator out for them?
Nah, I don't even know. But Benji, he has no idea. He's gonna walk right into Smurfin, and there you go. Right as you predicted. Not gonna really work out that well. And that brings it back to a 3-on-3. Here comes the hatch. Is gonna be open. Bolo is up in Big Tower right now. That could be pretty useful if he decides to spam through that armory window. I don't think so, but he is sitting up there just in case. So, actually, excuse me, he's in Bridge, not Big Tower. That's
I'm just waiting for just Bolo to just come out of nowhere all of a sudden and just 3K.
Striker just took out Fluffy's own drone there. He just spammed through a wall. I don't know if you just noticed that, but
probably an accident, yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty, well, now they do have the Capital. You know, they still do have the Habana. Now the question is, can they get rid of that Mira? If they get rid of that Mira,
here's where Bolo's going to start killing.
Uh-oh, here comes Bolo. Fluffy has no idea. Bolo's going to take the peek, and that's going to be it. There goes down Fluffy, and it's down to a 3-on-2. Now Smurfin
and
sees a little bit of Valkyrie.
second
Bolo,
kill. Oh.
He's made himself known, but where Smurfin, the ACOG, is hiding him. Bolo takes a little bit of bullets, but so does Smurfin. Smurfin is now panicking right now. He's down to 1 shield, 15 seconds left. This is a hot round right here. This is going to go to a 4-on-2. Here comes Smurfin. His only option is to drop. He's going to be immediately punished for it. Excuse me, he's going to pick up Billboard before that. Bolo picks up Striker on the other side. Man, how is Smurfin still alive? He's going to try and run through, but I believe he's going to pick...
What? Oh, there we go.
Hello?
Hat win.
Yep, like I said, that will be a hat win because there was no diffuser down. I'm honestly surprised. Why wasn't he spammed when he got dropped, you know?
No, right?
Smurfing on the Blackbeard, you know, with that shield on, you're just so slow. Like, you have to hear it coming. How is he even able to pick up Billboard? Honestly, Billboard just kind of ran out into laundry and just died. I was expecting Billboard to be pre-firing that sort of stuff.
I think Billboard's a great player, but I don't think he's been as on tonight. Like, I don't know, it just seems like he's not as on top of it. I don't know, maybe he needs some G Fuel or something, but he's just, I don't know, it seems like he's not as on top of it as I've seen him play. Not that he's playing bad, just that he's not making the snappiest of moves.
Yeah, someone get some Red Bull for him for sure.
Yeah, it's all good though. They're still winning right now. They won the first map, and they're pretty close to winning this one. So, being match point now, they could just be going home with this regardless. So. Yeah,
I know we give a lot of flack towards Hat, but it's all.
I'll call it like it is because Hat's amazing. So I'm still gonna call him out when they goof.
It's more like honor among Bolo, honestly.
You know, like sometimes though, like having casted like all the Hat games, pretty much like Bolo hasn't always been like carrying. Like they have definitely carried their own. Like don't get me wrong, like but today is Bolo's day for sure.
Yeah, no, there's definitely, you know, after screwing with him just for so long. Oh, here comes a
peek. That peek.
Oh, not quite gonna be able to get it there. I think that was Fluffy trying to get back onto Hyper for jumping out and getting a double.
Fluffy put himself in a bad spot again. He needs to not pitch him out with a... Like, if he has support, it's fine. Like, if Gun's covering him, it seems to work out okay. But when he plays Roam by himself, it just hasn't seemed to work because he almost always gets pinched out because he doesn't set himself up an escape route.
Yeah, so he's just kind of stuck over there right now. There are air drones coming by. There was a random C4. Not exactly what that came out to be. Yeah, Hyper knows Fluffy's in there, and he's ready to punish him for it, honestly. I honestly suspect... Yeah, okay, so Gun's there with him, so it's definitely two people inside a big tower. Now, the reason they're doing that is really trying to keep them off of Kid's window. Smurfin's downstairs as well. He still has his C4, but they realize Smurfin is there. A little bit of spam could catch Smurfin, but not quite going to be able to get it. Not going to get the right angle on there. Billboard, great spam from him, but unable to land any shots. Pretty slow round despite them finding Fluffy, don't you think?
Yeah, they're definitely not really pushing him the way they should be. I think they're just kind of afraid of wasting too much utility or time or whatever, like trying to crunch him out. It almost seems like they're just saying screw him then.
Uh-oh, right as we say that, Bolo going to go and pick out Smurf in that pulse. Remember, last round this happened, Smurfin was actually able to pick up 2, so they make sure, hey, that's not going to happen again. So that's exactly what they wanted to do. Fluffy is still up in Big Tower. Not exactly sure if Gun is still there with him. The rest of the attacking team is still downstairs, so they're still looking to try and find him. Gun has moved into Bridge. So they're trying to... Hat's honestly playing really slow now. They've got a minute left. They don't even have control of Master. You know, I'm honestly kind of worried what they're trying to do.
They do have the man advantage at least.
Fluffy trying to find Bolo, catching off guard. Bolo is actually going to go down to about 10 HP, while Fluffy is going to run away with about 100. So definitely a great trade-off there. Great gunfight, but he knows when to back off. So that's definitely good. Wee's down dining. Going to just go rotate around. Now, they know Fluffy is still over there, so they can't really do what they want to. 50 seconds left. It's honestly going to come down to some nutty plays, and there's a nutty play. Benji's able to take out Striker. So here comes the roaming duo has now rotated back. Billboard's on White Stair, trying to find an angle. Not going to be able to find the angle, but Bolo is able to finally find Fluffy. A little bit of a payback. Here comes Hyper on the plant. Benji's able to pick up another one. Gun is able to pick up Billboard. Benji rotates it and gives it back to Gun, and that's going to be GG. Hat brings it up, I believe, 5-2.
Nice finish there by Benji. The body just hanging there, flopping on the shelf. Nicely done, though. Like, definitely not as close as Bank was. I mean, we knew this was more of Hat's map. Like, at least I thought it was. But I didn't expect it to be that big of a point difference. I mean, I liked that Fluffy adjusted there and kind of rotated down and started trying to take shots on Bolo, taking advantage of them thinking he's further up in the tower. And like it started to work a bit there, but eventually, yeah, it just fell apart. I mean, I'm not familiar with Smurfin, but I have to say I was impressed by some of his plays. Just call out some of the positive stuff I saw there. Same with Striker. Sometimes Noder had some good plays as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing some more matches from those guys that I'm not familiar with. Not that Gun and Fluffy didn't have great plays as well, but I'm familiar with those guys already. So looking forward to seeing how this shakes down though in further Mystic matches.
Yeah, I totally agree. Honestly, Mystic really proved that, even though they lost the series 2-0, I still think that they can really get back and get better as a team. They've been changing up their lineup just so much. So I'm definitely excited to see more from them, especially Smurfin did, again, like you said, just so well.
Yeah.
So with that, that's going to be the end of week 4, day 7. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Looks like we hit a peak of about 140 viewers. So thanks everyone for stopping by. My name is Talon. Follow me on Twitter, Talon_Merc. I'm joined here by Emzo. Follow him at Emzo on Twitter. Give us some love.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, give everything on out. So thanks everyone for stopping by. Great having you. See you all next time.
Enjoy your weekend.
Bye. Have a good time.
Little shout out from Crazy R Observer. So, like I said, see you all around. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah.